Welcome to episode 1 of Between the Ears, an Equestrian podcast. I'm your host, Noah Goodwin. I'm a 3-star event rider, small business owner, and horse trainer, and this is Alana.
And I'm his best friend. So what makes you a 3-star event rider?
I ride 3-star. So it's taken me a long time to end up getting to 3-star. It's been riding my own horses that I've owned for the last probably 10, 12 years. And been competing for nearly that long. And it's been a real journey and process of stepping up each level, having the weekly lessons, having all the coaches and the support from friends and family, coaches, everyone behind me to get me to that level. You've got to have good vets, you've got to have good farriers, you've got to have a good dentist, you've got to have all those basics that seem so not important. They are your most important things so that you can produce yourself up to those levels where you're jumping meter 20 show jump rounds, where you're jumping cross-country fences that are enormous and they don't come down. And you've really got to just over time grow those skills and grow the confidence in you and your horse to be able to go and jump those heights and do it safely and not just go out there and go, I have no idea what I'm doing. You need every tool in your toolbox to get to that stage.
Okay. All right, well, let's take a step back. All right, so you're clearly a 3-star rider. We know the amazing things you do. It's blown out of my mind. But like, where did you start? What all kind of led to you being who you are now?
Oh, I probably started riding when I was about 7 at Saddle-On in Lara. It was just a holiday program riding school that I one day said, I really want to ride horses. And Mum and Dad were like, we can't afford for you to ride horses. I'm like, just let me do it once. Well, I did it once, and of course I could not stop talking about it ever. And I'm sure you can relate because you have ridden before, and you never stop talking about it. So it really became this obsession where I then started going every school holidays, and it kind of just never ended to the stage that I stopped riding there. So I went and did weekly lessons, and the weekly lessons continued until I went and I got my first horse after a while, and it was a horse that came from the riding school I was learning to ride at, and that place became like my little family, my little support network at the time, and they were all helping me be able to get my first horse. At the time, Dad goes, the horse was $3,000. Dad goes, I don't think we can afford this. He's like, oh, I could look at remortgaging the house, and someone went for $3,000, and he goes, money's tight, man, money's real tight. So it's been a bit of a journey, but that is where we started. Yeah. It makes me feel broke. When I can't buy a new horse, it makes me feel broke. Yes. Feel broke.
So wow, and so crazy to think that was you at 8, and now, 12 years later, 21, 22? 22. You're now got an arena, and how many horses do you have at the moment?
3 and a 2-year-old at the moment. So.
Yeah. 2-year-old, we'll have to dive into that.
Oh, we'll be diving into that at some stage. He goes off to get started soon, so
oh my goodness.
That's a bit crazy. But yeah, so it has been quite the journey to get to this stage. Money doesn't fall off trees, as everyone knows. Everything's really expensive. Yeah. But I think the biggest thing is realising that just because some people have the things that they have doesn't mean that everyone involved in it hasn't had to work their asses off to get there. Mm-hmm. So I think like if you're at a situation where you're like, I can't afford this, my parents can't afford this, it can happen. You've just got to all really work really hard to make it to reality, and that's what we've been able to manage to do.
Yeah, like obviously your TikTok is full of you out with the horses, riding all day, is that how you survive, or do you just spend time with horses all day?
I spend a lot of time with the horses, that's for sure, because it takes a lot of time and dedication and a lot of work. But that is not my main source of income. Yes, I do make money from training horses and having clients' horses and things like that, and training thoroughbreds and all that. But my dad does have his own business, so I do work as a shade sail installer. Crazy, measuring up shade sails. Who's that? Not me.
Yeah.
Drilling holes. So drilling holes, concreting, barrowing concrete. So I do that sort of work. But obviously being my dad's business, it's very flexible for me to be able to do all the things I need to do with the horses, which has been what's really fantastic.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously, like, you have a small business yourself.
Yeah, I do have a small business.
What is it all about?
So Equikai is a brand that I created to be an inclusive brand. I found it really hard being a male equestrian, going to all these, you go to events and there'll be pop-up stalls, or you go into your Horselands and your EQ Celery, and there's just nothing for guys to shop at.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create something that men could shop at, but not then go, well, I'm going to create a men's brand and cut out all the women.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, I want to create a brand where anyone and everyone can shop with us, that there's no men's and women's clothing, that it's just anyone can shop with anything, and then no one feels like they're being left out, because finding it hard to find clothing to be an equestrian as a male rider was really difficult. So creating a brand that was inclusive and anyone could shop with us was really important to me.
Yeah. And I don't mean to be judgy, but what is the difference between men and women's clothing? Like, why couldn't you just wear women's clothing?
So I don't want to be too explicit, but let's just say you don't want to see me in some women's joddies, that's for sure. And just all like their tops, the women's brands are often designed to be quite snug and quite tight.
Yeah.
And that just doesn't quite work for us. And I am aware the reason it works as a unisex brand, because everything is a bit more that relaxed fit, and there is a lot of women that are a bit more insecure about their bodies, and they don't want to be completely strangled by their clothing, and they would like to have some breathability and some room to go on with.
That sounds amazing. That sounds cool. I definitely need to go and have a look at. I'm wearing their jumper at the moment, actually, which is very comfortable. It's very warm.
Very nice, very nice. The whole point of this podcast is to talk about the things that you guys want to hear. We've introduced ourselves a little bit today. You'll get to hear a little bit more about Alana in the next podcast. But for now, you've learnt the backstory of my riding and why I am who I am, and everything behind my TikToks and everything, and my Instagram and all that. So basically, we want to create content that you guys want to watch. So if it's controversial stuff, if it's stuff that people are not understanding, the things that people just feel like they don't know what it takes to be a high level rider or train horses, or even looking after horses, feeding, rugging, having the dentist, all those sort of things, whatever it is you guys want to hear, we will talk about. So if you have any questions about anything you would like to see in our next podcast, make sure that you drop a comment and follow along, and we will be able to answer some of those questions for you guys. And we want to create this channel to be about what you guys want, so that it's interesting for you guys.
Peace out.
A-Town. But no, seriously, guys, we will see you on the next episode of Between the Ears, an Equestrian podcast. So see you later.